Alright, this is Jonesy from Bigboysbushcraft again today. Um, Yesterday I posted a video on basically how to make this knife. Now it is a file. It's what it started its life out as. People have said, you gotta heat treat it, the whole 9 yards. I understand that. And, you know, like, okay, well, you need to heat treat it. Well, you know what heat treating takes? It takes either a really nice, setup with electronic controls and basically a heat treat oven like a kiln. Well, those are thousands of dollars. Now, for what this is and what this is used for, I don't need to spend thousands of dollars and buy a heat treating device. What did the people do in blacksmithing times? Did they have really expensive heat treating technology? No, they didn't. They used a forge. They let it cool down. They quenched it. They learned that as they went along. Heck, the technology that was developed by the Asians when they were first making samurai swords, even today with today's technology, they cannot duplicate the same quality of steel. So for people to say, well, you need to heat treat it to make sure this is a steel file. Yes, the edge did get hot. Yes, it did. But if you put this in a fire and you let it turn to a nice dull color and you test it with a magnet and make sure it's lost all of its magnetic attraction, then you can quench it and you're halfway there. Then you just bring it back up to temperature next to the fire, let it turn to a nice dull color, and then just remove it from the fire and let it cool off. You do that for about an hour. That'll be better. That's just as well as most any other electronically controlled, high-end type of hardening techniques they have out there right now. Again, how were these people doing it back in the blacksmithing days? If it really took that much, how did this file become so hard? If it took thousands of dollars worth of equipment, this is a file probably from 1950. We didn't have electronically controlled ovens. We didn't have all the digital thermostats, controls, and things like that. How did that get made? Now, the reason I'm not comparing this to, a $2,000 knife. No, it's not. It's a sharpened file that you can hammer through wood. That seems to be the benchmark for any type of survival knife right now. Is it full tang? Yeah, it's can't get any fuller tang than that. Will it hammer through wood? Yeah, perfectly fine. Will it cut paracord? Yep, does that too. So those are your reliability measures when it comes to a bushcraft or survival knife. Is it strong? Yeah, it's a 1/2 inch thick steel of hardened file. Yeah. Will it throw sparks off the back? Yeah. It'll throw sparks off the back, no problem, because I left the edge on there, the back of it. This thing you could probably cut another piece of steel with it. So again, yeah, it's not heat treated yet. I cleaned up the edge a little bit. It took me maybe 15-20 minutes to do that. You could do that with, sandpaper. I've heard of people taking a piece of leather cloth and putting some rouge on it, some polishing compound, and just stapling it to a 2x4 and just running it back and forth on that. It'll work. You can do it. Doesn't have to cost a lot of money. And I think that's what a lot of these people are afraid of, is they're afraid of people getting alternatives. They're afraid of you knowing how to do that. So yeah, they are going to criticize you every step of the way and tell you it can't be done, it won't work, it can't be done. So you know what? I think I'm going to, put this through some torture testing soon. Sticking it through 4x4 posts, maybe some, different types of steel, cut it through some plywood, and what I'm comparing this to is what the common man's options are right now. If you wanted a bushcraft knife and you were in a major city, where would you go? Probably go to Walmart, probably go to Kmart, probably go to a sporting goods store. I guarantee this knife will surpass anything you would find at Walmart. I guarantee you it'll surpass anything you'd find at Kmart. There's very few things that would be able to compete with this. It's got the same thickness or greater thickness than a lot of the K-bars out there. So again, that's what I'm comparing this to. I'm comparing this to a $40 or $50 K-bar that you'd have to order offline and wait a week or two to get shipped. That's another excuse for you not to get off the couch. If you can go to your garage and you see a decent hardened file that's just a spare, or you go to the flea market with your kids and you see a box of files for $5 for $1 or $1 a piece, this is giving you an idea on how to make something that you're going to actually use. I'm just, the whole thing about all of my projects is, yes, I'm a cheap bastard. I'll admit that. I got no problem with that. But the thing is, there are other people out there where, you tell them, okay, well, why don't you go camping with your family? I don't have the money. That's their first excuse. Well, all of my videos, all of the Big Boys Bushcraft videos are done on a budget for you. That is their reason for existing, is it takes that excuse out of your vocabulary. Oh, well, I can't afford a knife. 75 cents, a little bit of electric. Why can't you afford that? Oh, well, I don't have a bag. I've got a video of a $20 bug out bag. Just get out there. Stop making excuses. Big Boys Bushcraft, I'm a big guy. And, if it wasn't for having a call center job, I'd be out in the wilderness a lot more than I am. So, again, if you have the ability and you're just making excuses, oh, I can't afford it, I can't do this, I can't do that, here's an option. Is it the best option? No, not at all. But would I put my life on this if I was stuck out in the woods? Yeah, this compared to a Bear Grylls or a Gerber or anything along those lines, yeah, I'd be worried about the blade snapping. Am I worried about this snapping? No, I could probably hammer this into a tree and stand on it. Because, again, yeah, the blade isn't going to be 100%, but it cuts. Could it chip because it's not been heat treated correctly? Yeah, possibly. But again, this is something that I would be less worried about chipping than a Gerber or something like that. I used to do tool repair and blade repair at a service center, and I used to weld tips onto large saw blades. So I do know, there is a lot of the blade estimates are very conservative when it comes to heat treating and things like that. So again, this is an option for you. It is Project Bacon Bit. I will be doing some future testing if you want to subscribe. Again, thank you to all of our viewers. If you can, click a sponsor link or something like that. Again, we're doing this for you, but we need to be able to get out there and do some more projects for you. If you have any suggestions on projects, things you want to see, definitely throw up a comment. If you have any other questions, you can always, leave a comment and I'll answer them the best I can. I believe there's some sort of delay on YouTube right now. The comments that I'm getting, I've only gotten like 6 or 7 comments the entire time we've had videos up, and we've had 2,500, 3,000 views so far. So, I mean, if you like it, put it in a comment that you like it. If you don't like it, put it in a comment and put a reason why. Maybe there's an explanation. Maybe you have a suggestion. But, like I said, please do. Thank you for tuning in to Big Boys Bushcraft. Like I said, keep an open mind and a closed wallet.